the best Pokemon products to be looking at in September. Remember, this is not financial advice, but we're going to take a look at some of the best products to be looking at real quick. I'll show you guys what I picked up in August. Now, I had a pretty mild August month. I'm not going to lie. Like, I think overall we probably spent like, 400, maybe 500 bucks, and that's a rough ballpark. It's probably less, but I'll show some of the cards. These are in my next video, so stay tuned for that. But just a few things here. We're waiting on a couple other cards actually, but got a video coming up, and that's where I bought most of these. And then we pulled this in one of our videos actually this month, the Jellicent from Black Bolt special illustration rare, for my first special illustration in a while. So those are my cards. Really nothing special at all. And then, like I said, we had a pretty mild month here. Here's everything I got. So we had a couple pre-orders here, just a booster bundle of Black Bolt and White Flare from the Pokemon Center. Those came in. I did drop like 115 or something on 2 of these Chinese Gem Pack Volume 2 boxes. I think this is a pretty cool product, so I wanted to have a couple sealed at least. I mean, a full Evolution set. And I mean, I know there's a lot of like reprint cards in there, but then you also have the chase cards that are not reprints. And that Umbreon is pretty dang expensive for this box being like 50 bucks. So I want a couple of them. I don't ever go crazy with the non-English stuff, but a couple of those I'm happy with. My biggest purchase of the month, OP11 booster box. I'm going to keep picking up one of these whenever I feel like it's time. I think this is a great set. It's not going to be the best One Piece set ever, but it's going to be top tier, I think. I have big hopes in this one, and that's where I'm risking my stuff right now on the One Piece side of things. And I actually managed to get a Walmart drop. So, yeah. Prismatic Poster Collections. My first ever Walmart drop. Actually managed to get a couple of those. So that was it. Like I said, pretty mild month. Couple booster bundles. Gym Pack. One Piece booster box. And a couple from a Walmart drop. I haven't mentioned 151 in a long time. Mainly because there's been a lot of other products coming out that we've been talking about. But if you've been a subscriber to the channel, I love 151. And it should be something you're looking at potentially getting every single month. Every single restock you find, if there's 151, you should be picking it up because it is literal gold in the Pokemon world. I mean, come on now. A 151 set, bro, with all the nostalgia. It's getting towards the tail end of its life cycle. This is something that is not going to get like a major reprint that's going to reprint into the ground. It will not have that at this point. Maybe someday they'll have something like similar to this, but I guarantee this specific thing is not going to be printed into the ground. And, but maybe I could be wrong. All right, so we're looking at booster bundles here. They're inching up to like $90. But one thing I did pull up was Paldean Fates booster bundles, which are pretty much like above this. There's a weird Paldean Fates like FOMO hype shill right now. I think because the Bubble Mew went crazy and now other people are doing crazy things with this, and it's looking like even close to $100 for these. And this is not a better product than a 151 booster bundle, which you could grab for about 90 is what it's looking like, which it's a little bit less, but this is a much better set in long term than Paldean Fates. Paldean Fates is good, don't get me wrong, but I love 151. And then someone was doing math on these compared to like either the UPCs or just a sealed case of these, and the price per pack for these was way better than a sealed case. Blooming Waters, of course, I don't know if there's like still getting stocked that often. There might be a restock on GameStop this month or something, but these are still a great one price per pack wise. I mean, 12 packs, you could always break them down per pack. You're looking at, what is it, 144 right now maybe? They're up 16% in the last month or so. And yeah, I mean, you could buy these in June for like 120-ish, but yeah, they're starting to move up a little bit. And it's looking like 145 actually. Yeah, 144 the lowest here. So 145 to 150. Grabbing one or two. This guy's 54 in stock for 145. Jesus Christ. Grabbing a couple of these is not going to hurt you. I mean, it's your best product to get a ton of packs rather than just the UPC, which is that what I have pulled up here? Yeah. The UPC is that like 16, so it's got 4 more, and it is worth about like $350 more. But yeah, so price per pack, this might be one of your better options. I didn't actually do the math, but 12 packs, you're looking at, a little over $10 a pack, maybe close to like $12 a pack. Yeah, $12 a pack. 144 divided by 12, $12 a pack. All right, little math session there. Posters I pulled up, if you can find these on restocks for MSRP, definitely just pick these up. I mean, any packs are good packs of 151. I wouldn't like necessarily go on my way to buy these at 33 or so. That's not a horrible option. I mean, its price per pack is 11, I guess. So, it's not terrible. But if they're MSRP, like these randomly show up in Dollar Generals, and restocks of Walmart and Targets, you'll see Zapdoses or these most of the time. These are ones that are definitely worth picking up at MSRP if you see them. In terms of the secondary market, I'd be looking at Blooming Waters or, booster bundles, even UPCs. But the UPCs are the more expensive option, and we're going to get to those in a second. All right, Paldean Fates is what I pulled up. I wouldn't, and I pulled it up, but I wouldn't like FOMO out of it. If you have Paldean Fates, you're chilling. If you don't have Paldean Fates, it's not the best time. People are starting to really like pump this up, as you can see this rise here in just the past week and a half. I just wanted to show that and what's happening in the market, because this is just kind of a market update, but it's also showing what you should be interested in. I mean, Paldean Fates, I guess MSRP is something you should definitely be interested in. Overall, yeah, you're up 58% on the ETBs in the past month, and this is just normal ETBs. They're 250 a piece. This is not something I'm really recommending. I just want to pull it up to show what Paldean Fates is doing. And 151, I think, would be my main guess here. Crown Zenith I pulled up because the big dog Alpha Investments talked about these and how he would buy them at $200. That would be his advice. He said that straight up. And right now they are $200 a pop. It looks like actually maybe 205, 210. So 205 to 215 is what these are on TCG Player, at least. Maybe due to him saying that you should buy them if they're 200. Still, I mean, Crown Zenith, you give it 5 years, Crown Zenith could be like a $400 ETB. I'm just guessing, of course, but you give it a few more years, it could definitely reach there. And this is one of the ones he talked about, and that's in my video yesterday, so make sure to show that some love. But he talked about this, and how it had like everything going against it. It was a low point in the market, and they just printed the absolute crap out of it. And after being in a low point in the market, getting that crap printed out of it, like companies or distributors were like trying to fire sale them away to people because nobody seemed to want this, and they had so much in stock. It's now $200 and regarded as a great set. So I think it's a safe $200 investment. If you only have $200 to buy something and you can get one of these for $200, it's a good buy. All right, 151 ETBs I pulled up. What do they compare to this? They're about 100 more. And this is where the price per pack is kind of crazy. 46% up, and ETBs do have a premium. So if you think the premium's worth it, they could be worth the purchase. Once again, this is one of those products. Looks like it's actually 400 actually. Oh man, yeah, 400 for these. Only 27 listings. This is one of those products where it'll be pretty safe for you. I mean, if an ETB little reprint or restock comes of these, it's going to be so minute it won't affect the market at all, really. So 151 is starting to like get towards that end of the cycle, and they've been trying to sprinkle it in throughout the past, since it came out. They've been trying to sprinkle it in, especially since this hype. Like you've seen the restocks, it's almost always there's like a poster or some Zapdoses or some Alakazams, but you never see these in the wild nowadays, and you even never really see these in the wild nowadays. So all right, so I pulled up some Sword and Shield booster boxes. If you got the money in your hands to get some of these, it is going to be worth it in the long run. If you're thinking long term, these are going to be worth it in my eyes. Like looks like most recent sales about 600 for Chilling Reign. You give it a few years, this could be $1,000. You turn your 600 investment into $1,000, and that's pretty good return there in just a few years off of just one box too. Think about that. $600 for one box, $1,000 in a couple years. Like the stock market's not really going to do that for you, at least if you're playing it safe. So you can think about that. Fusion Strike seems to be just a couple days away from passing the $1,000 threshold. There's hardly any listings of this here, but if you have the money, like this is one. If I was in this scenario, right now, and this was Evolving Skies, I know it's hindsight, but I would buy Evolving Skies for this price. And I probably have videos of looking at Evolving Skies at like 1,200, and I'm like, wow, it's just so expensive, and I just can't you know, think about spending that much on one box right now, and you would have doubled your investment if you just bought one box on Evolving Skies. I mean, I think I have videos of when I really first started doing these, when I decided to make a channel and talk about this stuff of Evolving Skies at like 600. And man, I don't know, wish I should have bought some, or I wish I could have bought some Evolving Skies boxes at 600. So you buy this for 1,000, straight up 1,000. You wait a couple of years, you'll make a profit on it. They'll be afraid of the bigger purchases, especially like these booster boxes, because these will definitely hold their value and they will go up. Lost Origin, another one that's creeping up the $1,000 mark. You get one for $850 right now. I think that's a decent buy, and you hold on to it, it'll be $1,000 plus for sure. All right, pulled up Prismatic Super Premium Collection. This is another one Alpha Investments mentioned briefly in his video, and we talked about it a little bit. I want to pull up that we're like kind of at the point here where they were at release. This was release week, 228. Right now, market price says 229. It's really more or less like 250. You know, most of these are all 250 here that you're going to find them. It's not horrible. You know, there could be another run of these and they get restocked again. But what have we seen so far of these restocks? Like they've been putting Prismatic out as much as they possibly can, along with all these new sets that are coming out. And you'll see the ETBs still haven't moved much. I don't see a world where these just get so abundant that they crash. You know what I'm saying? And I might get flack for saying that, but it's the truth. And then you also take the word of one of the biggest investors who has literally tens of millions of dollars worth of cardboard in his warehouses. He says that these are a great purchase as well. So you can hate on me all you want. I mean, if you buy this for $250 and you wait 5 years, it'll be worth more than $250. All right, Prismatic ETBs. As much as I'm gonna say it, could they go to $60 or $70, whatever MSRP is nowadays? Sure. If you wait 5 years, if you buy one at 100 and you wait 5 years, is it going to be less than $100? No. We'll use the example of Crown Zenith. Crown Zenith, just like maybe 2.5 years ago, you could buy for like $30. Maybe not even that long. It was probably like a year and a half ago. You could buy Crown Zenith ETBs for like $40, and now it's $200. You're telling me Prismatic in 3, 4, 5 years is going to be $100 still? No. It's going to be way more. If you want Prismatic ETBs, $100 for one is not horrible at all. Okay, especially if you're going to wait a few years. So many new people just hate because they think it is like a quick fire game, like a scalping game with these, where when these came out, if you bought one for $60, you could instantly sell it for like $120 and double your money. The long game with these are going to be good. At $100, I don't care. At $120, I was saying this, I don't care. You wait 5 years, it'll be worth more. Of course, you can wait and see if it goes down to try to get a better entry point and save you some money. But at the end of the day, $10 for your box or missing out and having to pay $20 more, just buy whatever you think is comfortable for you. All right, Destiny Rivals ETBs I pulled up are literally like the same prices as Prismatic. And you got to remember, like, besides this is like your top Prismatic thing. This has booster boxes at least, and this is still the same price. And it's the same price because they've been absolutely trying to print them to the ground, or not really maybe print them to the ground, but they've been trying to print as much as possible, and yet it still is holding strong. And I wanted to pull this up to look at the sales data. So one of the new popular sets, and the sales data is just still like, you know, a third to half of what Prismatic is right now. Prismatic's still averaging above 100 every 3 days, up to the 140s, averaging like 120, and then this one past 3 days or so, 30, 27. So the sales data for this is still amazing. And for $100, it is not going to hurt you in the long run. All right, 151 UPCs. I want to pull up and talk about a little bit. They're up 23% the last month, 36% the last 3 months, and several of them selling the past like week or so. But this is what I want to mention is, like, you talk about Prismatic, and 151 is another one like Crown Zenith, where in that low point of the market, there were some people like almost trying to give these suckers away. Like, you would see some people trying to sell these for like $90, which was super cheap for these. And for a long time, you could walk into a store and see these sitting there. And this was before I had any money, so I was never able to buy them that cheap. What seemed like no one wanting to buy these, and people trying to practically sell them at extreme discounts. Now it's $500 and still climbing. So you think about Prismatic for $250, it has ample opportunity to to go up as well. It can always go down. I think these are good ones as well. And I haven't bought one yet. I think I might have to finally pull the trigger, but who knows? We'll see what I plan to do this month. I have some plans, but I guess you'll have to wait till October to see what I actually end up buying this month. That's what I got for this one. See you guys next video.